Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Please take your seat.
Thank you, sir.
Your first name will be Shivani or Sai.
Sir, it's Sai Shivani. It's a single name.
And how do your parents call you at home?
So they call me Shivani.
Shivani, right. And I presume this Sai must be after Satya Sai Baba.
Sir, it's after Lord Sai Baba.
Lord Sai Baba, okay. So you have visited Shirdi?
Yes, sir.
How many times?
Sir, I visited once during my childhood.
Not after that.
Not.
Okay, but your family is devotees of Sai Baba?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. I would like to use my time to hear about Bhagavad Gita from you. Tell us about Bhagavad Gita.
Sir, according to me, Bhagavad Gita presents me more of a personality development avenue rather than a religious scripture basis. And it has personally made me realize about my own perspectives about life and reflect upon everyday situations in a more nuanced manner.
I heard what Bhagavad Gita has taught you, but I didn't hear one word on Bhagavad Gita. My query is, tell us about Bhagavad Gita.
Sir, Bhagavad Gita is an excerpt from the epic Mahabharata, wherein on the battlefield, Lord Sri Krishna gives answers to some of the fundamental questions that Prince Arjuna raises. And it's a conversation in the battleground, and it presents different aspects of life.
As to the earlier part then, tell us some references where you think you learnt a lot from Bhagavad Gita.
So especially when Prince Arjuna laments upon the decision to fight against their own kinsmen, then Lord Sri Krishna elaborates that this is a materialistic world and whatever one has to do according to the Dharma, that is the right thing to do. And at that perspective, sir, I believe that more than materialistic connections, we should always uphold the Dharma and the purpose of life.
If asked to pick up any one shloka, how many total shlokas are there in Gita?
Sir, there are about 700 verses.
What do you mean by about 700?
So exactly 700.
So any one shloka, anyone you want to say?
Yes. So it is from the second chapter, that is Karma Yoga. So the shloka is Yogastha Kuru Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Dhananjaya Siddha Siddhyo Samo Bhutva Samatvam Yoga Uchyate.
Excellent. And the meaning?
So it translates to that the karma or the task that is before us. We should pursue that irrespective of all other considerations. And when individual performs the task without such considerations, such quality is called equanimity. And in turn, that equanimity is called yoga.
Excellent. Sai Shivani,
Thank you.
you are already blessed.
Thank you.
May the blessings continue and take you to success.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All the best.
Hello, Sai Shivani.
Yes, sir.
So you are facing UPSC on 21st of March.
Yes, sir.
What is significant on the day 21st of March?
Sir, I am not aware of it.
Okay, I am telling you, it's vernal equinox. Now, does it come to your mind?
So there are such days.
Okay, no, they are not, sir. They are twice.
Yes, sir, twice in a year.
Now you get a hint.
So one is on September.
Yeah, that's right. No need more about it. You won't waste time. You got the hint. That's all right. A tunnel collapsed in Telangana, Srisalam left bank.
Yes, sir.
What's happening? What is the reason of collapse and what is happening to rescue those miners?
So the primary reasons as of now were pointed towards the geological complexity and the seepage of underground water. That is actually being very challenging for the rescue as well. And as of now, sir, NDRF forces and other armed forces have been deployed for the rescue operations. And with the seepage of water and mud, it is becoming challenging.
Okay. You study electronics.
Yes.
In electronics, progression depends on the size and quality of chip. Microchip, nanochip. Okay. what is nanochip? And how does it differ from microchip?
So nanochip, in turn, it's a nanometer. So the measurement that we undertake is a nanometer. That
It
is
is self-explanatory.
1 to 5 nanometer.
So only size, nothing more than that.
Sir, I'll have to read.
Okay, read about it, no problem. Now, nowadays, a phrase is coming out about electronics, semiconductor war. What is semiconductor war?
So the present context of semiconductor war is the weaponization of chips.
Okay.
We need critical minerals to manufacture the chips. And those critical minerals are specifically concentrated in certain geographies. And that is being specific advantage to the countries which possess them. And placing sanctions on the export of such chips is now considered as a semiconductor war.
So, Aishwani, what our country is doing to be ahead in this semiconductor war?
So, I'll begin with the latest development, that is the National Critical Minerals Mission. The government has approved the mission, and in this we're going to explore 1,200 domestic mines and also 50 foreign mines, and also we'll work on the technology front, technology sharing in partnership with other countries. And so previously we had a Kabul initiative, wherein in foreign geographies we were extracting the minerals. And sir, I believe there is a need for a vertical integration across the supply chain, wherein not just the extraction, but refining and other value additions should be done.
About 30 years ago, when a political party called BJP was not in power, they used to say about the government, central government, that we will not import potato chips. We will concentrate only on the microchips. I mean, chips used in computers. Now, after such a long time, what is our position? Do we actually manufacture any microchip or any chip whatsoever?
So we have recently started the Semicon India program, under which many companies have been pitched to manufacture semiconductor chips in India. But previously in the semiconductor laboratory at Mohali, we have started manufacturing and did not progress much.
So practically we are not doing much so far.
Yes.
Okay, all right. What is Nari Shakti Vandan?
So the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam is a 106 Constitutional Amendment Act.
Right.
It mandates a 33% reservation for women to contest in Lok Sabha and State Legislative Assembly, as well as in the Delhi Legislative Assembly. And there has been a sunset clause for it, that is approximately 15 years.
Right, right. You studied at APJ Abdul Kalam IIIT, right? Who was Dr. Kalam before he became president?
So he was a renowned scientist, and he has been in crucial missions in the scientific progress of India and the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, as well as in the Pokhran-2 nuclear test. And he has also worked in the PMO. This is all like that.
Scientific advisor. Okay, this is enough for me right now. And I also want to know more. My last question about another great personality, P.V. Narasimha Rao. What was his contribution to our country?
Sir, it is the economic reforms, the 1991 LPG reforms.
All the best.
Thank you.
One word is sufficient.
All right, sir.
Good morning, sir. I'm fine, sir.
You were a electronics and communications expert. Nowadays, there is a lot of use of earbuds, wireless
Yes.
connect to the phone. You don't think constant use of it causes harm? Because they say that it has microwaves of same frequency as a microwave oven.
So I'm not sure of the frequency, but it does harm the earlobes.
Okay. So you then say that you can set on wiring earphones rather than wireless earbuds.
So wireless it has a more potential to harm compared to the wired earphones. But specifically, we talk about the duration. The longer that we use, that may trigger more of a harms.
What about the set phone itself? That also has the same thing.
Yes.
So should we be discouraging use of cell?
So, and ideally, you prescribe usage of such devices only when it's very much needed.
Okay. Youngsters nowadays seem to just live on the cell phone.
No.
Anyhow, you are from Warangal. Tell us about the history and importance of Warangal in a few words.
So, Warangal is touted as the cultural capital of Telangana, and it has also served as the capital city of the Kakatiyan Empire. We have a UNESCO World Heritage Site from the erstwhile Warangal district, that is the Ramappa temple. That is the only temple in India where it has got the name of the chief sculptor of the temple. It is known for the floating bricks. And also, sir, we have other archaeological marvels like the Kakatiya Kalatoranam, which is a grand entrance to Warangal. And we are the leading producer.
Have you been as an anthropologist?
So not as an anthropologist, but previously I have visited Ramappa temple, and other than that, I have visited 1,000 Pillar temple.
Okay. The symbol of Telangana. Does it have a Warangal connection?
Yes, so previously it used to have the Kakatiya Kalatoranam, that is the gateway of Warangal.
You also have an interesting eater. Now, recently, any outwardly pursued campaign called Oath Pottery.
Sir, it's Mr. Kash Patel.
It's a fast day. So, are Americans becoming more open to other religions?
Sir, I would say there is an ambiguity still in that context. Prima facie, it looks like Hinduism or the Indian cultural connect is being visible, but nevertheless, it's always in the interest of that nation.
Yes. What do you think of the goal to have one nation, one election?
So the primary reason would be the complexity in conducting elections throughout an year, wherein there is significant disturbances for the capital expenditure or revenue expenditure, which is pointed out in the economic survey as well, due to the model code of conduct regulations. And also, sir, regarding the election expenditure and also the voter turnout. So for these reasons, specifically, the one nation, one election is being touted.
Okay. And the last question. In the elections, should candidates actually be allowed to contest for all of them? Ultimately, they can vote all you want. It's a waste of money.
So it is mandated from the Representation of People Act. A person can contest from two different positions.
No, he can even contest for 10. There is no issue over 10. But should it be stopped?
So since it will be a wastage of expenditure, I believe there should be a study on this to realize how much of the wastage is there and is it really needed for that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Shivani, your surname sounds so much Russian here. Etaboina. Huh? Why have you not opted for IFS?
Okay.
So though IFS is a prestigious service, I believe I'm more tuned to work in administration here in India.
How much of left-wing extremism is affecting Telangana?
So currently only one district, that is Bhadradri Kottagudem, that is being affected by Naxalism, and it is also of manageable level.
What efforts are being taken up? 3/4 of the world is turning into sand, aridification and climate change. What steps are being taken
So at the national level,
at the national and international level?
specifically related to climate change. So at the international level, we are watching for the climate finance, Because in order to combat climate change, we need to have a level playing field for all developed and developing nations. And we are also touting for the small island developing states which are on the verge of this climate change because sea level is being rising. And also, sir, apart from that,
if US is pulled out of the climate change and the Paris Accord, what is the hope left?
So particularly it's concerning because the biggest emitter has left the forum. And I believe the Global South, especially India being the voice of Global South, should vouch strongly for the climate finance and climate justice now than ever.
How much nanometer is your hair? You were discussing nanometer. How much nanometer is your one hair?
Sir, I am not aware of it. I'll read on.
Where does India stand in milk production and egg production in the world?
Sir, I believe it's the first.
What is the difference between Siliguri corridor and Wakhan corridor?
Sir, I'm unaware of it. Later.
My last question to you. The Yamuna cleaning seems to be a priority when the government also took over. Do you think it is feasible, possible? And if yes, what steps do you visualize? Just give me 2-3 steps. 1, 2, 3. That's it.
Sir, I believe it's possible. And firstly, the first step should be the emission control, specifically the industrial wastage that is being sent into the Yamuna River. And secondly, it should be about the riverfront development programs. For example, we can control the nitrogen-based fertilizers that are being used in and around Yamuna banks. And thirdly, sir, it can be about regular cleanup programs and a mission-based project on the similar lines of Namavi Gange.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, good morning, Shivani.
Good morning, sir.
Shivani, if India was to take a step towards improving relations with Bangladesh, should we consider returning Sheikh Hasina?
Sir, I believe returning with Sheikh Hasina would not be a democratic decision because according to the extradition treaty also, the government that is there in Bangladesh, it's not a publicly mandated government. It's an interim government. And we can also realize our relations better through other set of reforms rather than returning her.
You are a communication engineer. What exactly are India's apprehensions relating to Starlinks?
So the Starlink satellites, they provide a direct data transfer, direct internet connections. And specifically with respect to the Manipur crisis, certain Starlink devices have been found and the apprehension is related to the information that the target groups have been receiving and the usage of such devices for triggering conflict in the areas.
So we stop Starlinks altogether just because one terrorist had a Starlink's apparatus?
Sir, I believe rather than sidelining the Starlink, we should have regulatory and streamlining processes so that only authorized, verified people can access that and access to such frivolous individuals will be curtailed.
You have undertaken some digital literacy drive. My view is that half knowledge is dangerous. And if you give half knowledge or half digital literacy to people, they will actually become more prone to cyber crimes. Do you agree with that view?
So certainly half knowledge is dangerous because that will not give them a stand to decide what is right and what is
safer
wrong.
Now than when they are half literate digitally.
Sir, I believe it's a continuous process. Even now, we are literate digitally to a certain extent. As and when there are technological progress, we'll upgrade. So it's a continuous process, I believe.
What do you understand by circular economy?
So circular economy means that whatever that applications or products that we use, we utilize them after they are being degenerated, we generate out of it. So it is that the wastage is being used again after some transformation. In this way, we minimize the quantum of waste.
How different is that from repurposing?
So repurposing is a bit different in the context that the purpose of that object is changed. In circular economy, we might use the products in the similar function again, but repurposing changes the function of the product.
What is the relevance of the Bhagavad Gita to government servants and their workmen?
So the first would be integrity, and the second would be honesty. Gita advocates that we should be honest to ourselves. And third is the dedication towards the task. And these are the key relevances.
These are very general, but Gita has a regular virtue theory.
Sir,
Are there specific virtues which a government service must at all times exhibit?
sir, it's the nishkama karma, because a government servant may not get the fruits out of the task, but he or she can ensure that the fruits are reached to the beneficiaries, intended ones. And the second is the equanimity, because the kind of work civil servants do is not prone to appreciation all the times, or it's prone to criticism some of the times. But beyond that, they should be equipoised to go ahead with the task.
Who are Brahma Kumaris?
So they are a spiritual congregation who advocate about the spiritualism among the mainstream society, and they practice celibacy.
Thank you. Although read more on Brahma Kumaris.
Thank you, sir.
That's true.
I heard you say US is biggest emitter.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, sir.
No.
So US is the largest emitter.
Second largest.
I'll read on it.
China is the largest.
Sir, I'll beg to differ with you. US is the first and China is the second.
No. You seem to be in pre-2009 period.
Apologies, sir. I'll read on it.
China overtook US way back. And now China is world's biggest emitter, followed by US. If you talk of per capita emission, do you know the figures?
I'm unable.
There US is one. And China is distant second. There's a huge gap. I also heard you say half knowledge is dangerous. Isn't all knowledge always half knowledge?
So it's even less than half, I believe.
Yeah. So the mathematical conclusion is all knowledge is dangerous.
All knowledge when not being used in a certain right direction.
No,
is dangerous.
I'm talking mathematics. Half knowledge is dangerous. All knowledge is half or less than half. Therefore, knowledge is dangerous.
It's an abstract.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Self-analysis first. Tell us your own self-analysis.
Sir, certain areas where I'm not sure of certain important data, I went wrong. I should avoid that.
No big deal. That's no big deal.
Other than that, I believe I performed well today.
Yeah, not well. Outstanding.
Thank you, sir.
That is our word. We are very happy. You turned last slightly over half an hour. Very happy half an hour.
Sure.
So keep it up like this.
Yes, thank you, sir.
And all you have to do is keep brushing up till like 21st of March.
Yes,
So sort of time is on your side.
yes,
It is opportunity also. And as you already know, it is something to be careful about. So as of February 24, you're absolutely there. But the panel is going to ask you questions around 21st March.
Oh.
So, one critical activity in coming days will be, which I'm sure you are already doing, to be carefully update, to remain carefully update.
Yes.
So, DAF and update, DAF and current. Absolutely everything from Warangal and Telangana. By the way, I also heard you say to his question that logo, Telangana's logo had something to do with Warangal.
Yes, sir.
You said your word was had. I mean, wording you used
Yes.
indicated whether the logo has been changed.
Yes, sir. It's been changed recently.
So, what is the new logo?
Sir, in the new logo, the Telangana Amaraveerla Stupam has been placed, and earlier Charminar used to be there. There has been some modification in the logo.
Yeah. Could there be discussion on that?
Sir, I believe there could be.
Yeah. And you are ready with it.
Yes.
So, from who built Charminar
Yes.
to what does the change mean and whatever is your opinion about the change. I'm sure I'm almost speaking for all of us on this side that we of course welcome the change. And that Kakatiyas are our heritage. And so whatever would be your, but continue this excellence. I only saw you sitting all the time with this.
Yes.
My question is, were you comfortable?
I am comfortable.
Or was some part of you or someone somewhere told you that no, in UPSC interview, you should sit like this?
No, sir. Actually, I am having a mild fever, so I thought it would place me in a rigid mode. So I did that.
Okay. So the takeaway is be natural.
Yes.
Speak in a natural way. No artificial body language also.
Yes.
Excellent, Baki. Just since we have a minute or two to further enjoy, I'm making it a point to mention this.
Yes.
In your first response to importance of Warangal,
Yes.
actually the words you used is Warangal is touted as cultural capital of. You understand the flair, the quality in the words touted as.
Sir, I'm happy to listen it from you. Like
Touted as is
take it.
pejorative.
Yes.
Touted as means that Warangal calls itself cultural capital, but it actually is not.
Tout is in that negative.
Yes.
And
It's proclaimed.
understood as
Known as. That best word is known as. Tout is not good word. That's the basic.
so is Pune, for example, or say Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh, cultural capital.
Yes, sir.
But if you mean to say it is, then you don't say touted as.
Yes.
So I have noted the word previously. We just discussed that, the change in logo. Emission I have already told you.
Yes.
Although you were seeking to stick to your point, but the point was objectively wrong.
Yes.
China is indeed number one.
Yes.
US at 2. The two together they share 40% of the total pollution. But China is 22% and US 18%. And when it comes to per capita carbon emission, US per capita carbon emission is 21 tons per person per year. China is 6.7 tons per person per year. China is also above average. We are below average.
Yes.
India is 2.1.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Just keep it up. What we were saying is, this is the excellence that comes from Gita and genuine regular practice of yoga. I want you to understand that actually I didn't ask you one question on yoga. My colleagues know that if you see an entry of yoga, usually I would ask a couple of questions. Sitting here, I am convinced that you regularly do yoga.
Yes.
That comes across. That is what takes us to like genuine excellence. It is all really samatvam yoga uchyate.
Yes.
Usually other youngsters quote this earlier shloka. But you came slightly late, but you did come right on his discussion about application of Gita to civil services. There you took a slightly longer time before you finally arrived at Nishkam Karma Yoga.
Yes.
That is a shloka just before the one you said, Yogastha Kuru Karmani. The earlier, that is 47th shloka is Ma Phaleshu Kadachana Karmanye Vadhikaraste. So, we would want youngsters like you to be in civil service so that India is in right hands. Yeah? So, like, we look forward to your scoring best of the scores. It's between 215 to 220
Yes.
and you can get it.
Thank you so much.
So, yes. Also, till 21st March, also, anytime you want to either drop in or discuss with any one of us, right?
Yes.
Feel free to discuss, but go and score 215 to 20, right?
Thank you.
Actually, if you have produced the same quality in mains also, then we would actually look forward to your name somewhere among the toppers.
Yes.
Yeah. So, bless you. You are already blessed. We just add to those infinite blessings which are already there.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank
These are notes for you. All the very best.